Hi students, in previous class we are discussing about the properties of transition elements, and that properties of transition elements first of all we are discussing about the atomic radius, and then second ionization energies and melting points, boiling points and metallic character, and then discussion about the oxidation states. In previous class half of the part of the oxidation state is completed. Then after the oxidation states in 3D series, consider the scandium is exhibits +2 +3 and titanium exhibits +2 +3 +4 and vanadium exhibits +2 +3 +4 +5 and chromium exhibits +2 +3 +4 +5 +6 also, and then manganese exhibits +2 +3 +4 +5 +6 +7, and then iron exhibits +2 +3 +4 +6 only, does not exhibit +5 oxidation state. Then cobalt exhibits +2 +3 +4 only. Then nickel exhibits +2 +3 and copper exhibits +1 and +2 also. Then zinc only exhibits +2 oxidation state. At the same time chromium also exhibits +1 oxidation state because of their depending on the electronic configuration. That electronic configuration is the chromium and copper having the 4s1 3d5, this is the chromium, and then copper having a 3d10 4s1. These both are single unpaired electrons are present in s sub level. Then loss of one electron, that means exhibits +1 oxidation state, and remaining all elements are exhibits common oxidation state is +2 because of first of all electrons are enter into the 4s shell, that means s orbital contains 2 electrons, first lose of first 2 electrons in commonly in every element in 3D series. So 2 electrons every element is easily lose, then the common oxidation state exhibits +2 in 3D series. Okay, then generally in any series 3D or 4D or 5D or 6D, half of the elements, that means first 5 elements, that means up to manganese in 3D series, up to technetium in 4D series, up to rhenium in 5D series. In these series half of the elements are exhibits minimum oxidation state is the number of +2 number of half of the elements are exhibits the oxidation state is equal to the s electrons, that means number of s electrons. So the half of the elements in any series are minimum oxidation state is equals to the s electrons, and then maximum oxidation state is equals to the number of d electrons, number of d electrons. So totally highest oxidation state is exhibits manganese +7 in 3D series, but in periodic table the highest oxidation state exhibits in d block elements in osmium and ruthenium. Osmium and ruthenium both are exhibits +8 oxidation states. In the compounds of OS, O4, osmium tetroxide and ruthenium tetroxide, both compounds osmium, ruthenium both are exhibits +8 oxidation state. This is the highest oxidation state exhibits elements in these compounds. Okay, then in 3D series highest oxidation state is +7. In previous we are discussing half of the elements having the minimum maximum oxidation states. Minimum oxidation state half of the up to manganese up to 5 d5 electrons, minimum oxidation state is equals to the number of s electrons, maximum oxidation state is equals to the number of d electrons. Then after manganese, that means the next 5 elements having the minimum maximum oxidation states are equals to the minimum is equals to the number of s electrons, or maximum oxidation state is equals to the number of unpaired electrons present in d sublevel, that is equals to the number of unpaired electrons present in the d sublevel, that is the minimum maximum unpaired electrons. Next property is magnetic properties. These elements are easily exhibits that means transition elements are easily exhibits magnetism. In this magnetism is classified into two types in these compounds. One is the paramagnetic, another one is the diamagnetic. Sir, what is the paramagnetic? What is the diamagnetic? And then which substances are exhibits paramagnetism and then diamagnetism? What is the meaning of para? Paramagnetism means any substance that having unpaired electrons. When we are apply the magnetic field into the on the surface of the substance, then that substance containing unpaired electrons, then that electrons are easily absorb the magnetic field. Then these electrons are goes from weak magnetic field to the strong magnetic field. That means any so much of or some much of the amount of energy, magnetic field energy is absorbed the substance. That type of substances are exhibits paramagnetism. That means that paramagnetic substances, that means paramagnetism is exhibits the substances which having the at least one unpaired electron, otherwise diamagnetic. What is the meaning of diamagnetic? Diamagnetic means the compound contains paired electrons. Then this type of substances we are following the magnetic or we are applied the magnetic field on the surface of this type of substances. Then these two electrons are paired, so these are the highly strong. So these electrons are does not absorb the magnetic field. At the same time these electrons are repel the magnetic field. So which substances are does not absorb the magnetic field, that substances exhibits diamagnetism. So magnetism is classified into in transition elements two types. One is the paramagnetism and another one is the diamagnetism. Which substance contains unpaired electrons, that substances magnetic field is easily absorbed, that substances exhibits paramagnetism. At the same time which substances contains paired electrons, that substances oppose the magnetic field, then the type of substances exhibits diamagnetism. Okay, then this transition elements, that means what is the meaning of transition elements? At least one unpaired electron present in the any one, I mean at least one unpaired electron are incompletely filled d orbitals. So the type of elements are called as a transition elements. So in this transition elements completely compulsory containing the unpaired electrons. So transition elements all are exhibits paramagnetism. So the absorbed energy, for example this is the substance 1, then substance 2, substance 2 having the 2 unpaired electron, substance 3 for example this substance having the 3 unpaired electron. Number of unpaired electrons are increases, the absorption of the magnetic field is also increases. We are how much of amount of the magnetic field is absorbed the substances by the calculating using by a spin of one formula. That formula is called as a spin only formula. The spin only formula is denoted by nu, magnetic momentum or magnetic field is equal to root of n into n plus 2 Bm. What is the meaning of Bm? Bm means it is the indication of the units of magnetic momentum. It is the Bohr magnetons. Bohr magnetons. What is the meaning of Bohr magneton? Bohr magneton is calculated by Bm is equal to EH by 4 pi mc. E means charge of the electron, H Planck constant, m mass of the electron, c velocity of the light. These are using by the calculation of the Bm. Anytime 1 Bm is equals to the 9.273 into 10 power minus 24 joule per Tesla. Okay, then in this formula what is the meaning of n? What is the represents of the n? N means number of unpaired electrons. N means number of unpaired electrons. For example, consider a substance, taken into a substance and then calculate the magnetic momentum. For example, Fe plus 2, calculate the spin only formula, calculate the magnetic momentum. First of all, taken into Fe, atomic number is 26 and the electronic configuration is Ar, argon, 4s2 3d6. This is the Fe, iron. In this iron, lose of 2 electrons. In this transition elements, first of all, lose the electrons from s orbital. So the lose of 2 electrons, then the electronic configuration is Ar, argon, 4s0 3d6. So s orbital having the 0 electrons and then d orbital has 1 2 3 4 5 6. N means number of unpaired electrons. In this Fe plus 2 having 4 unpaired electrons. So represents the 4. That means nu equal to root of 4 into 4 plus 2. 4 equal to 24 equal to 4.9 bm. This is the one of the example, important example. And then another example, Mn plus 2. Mn plus 2. Generally Mn, manganese, atomic number is 25. That means Ar, electronic configuration is 4s2 3d5. Then Mn plus 2, loss of 2 electrons from s orbital. Then the electronic configuration is 4s0 3d5. So s orbital having the 0 electrons and d orbital having the 5 electrons. That electrons are 1 2 3 4 5. 5 unpaired electrons, that means n value is 5. So we are calculating the new value, nu equal to root of n into n plus 2. N value is 5. So 5 into 5 plus 2 equal to 5 to 7 35. Root of 35 equal to 5.9 bm. This is the magnetic momentum. So magnetic, according to magnetic properties, substances are exhibits 2 types of magnetisms. One is the paramagnetism, other one is the diamagnetism. When substances containing unpaired electrons, that exhibits paramagnetism, and substances contains paired electrons, then that substances are exhibits diamagnetism. Next property is complex formation. Sir, what is the meaning of complex? And these elements means transition elements. How to formation of complex formation and why the formation of complexes? Because of these elements having the small atomic radius and then these elements having the incompletely filled d orbitals. So these are incompletely filled d orbitals means lose of number of electrons. That means nuclear charge is increases. Generally small atomic radius of any elements having the more nuclear charge. So high nuclear charge and small atomic radius due to these elements, that means transition elements, are easily formation of the complexes, coordination complexes. Sir, how to formation of a complexes? So please listen. First of all, any one element is exhibits variable oxidation states. So any one metal, that means a transition metal, these exhibits variable oxidation states. So generally plus 4 or plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, loss of some electrons, plus 5, loss of some electrons. Then it contains vacant orbitals. It having the vacant orbitals. So any time lose of electrons, then indication of a charge is plus. Plus means cation. So loss of variable due to the loss of electrons, these are formation of a metal cations. First of all, formation of a metal cations, and it contains empty d orbitals. So these empty d orbitals is having the positive charge. These positive charged species of the metal cations are combined with ligands. Sir, what is the meaning of the ligands? Any element or group molecules containing lone pair of electrons. Any element, atom, molecule or ion, any type of that contains a lone pair of electrons or negative charged species are called as a ligand. These ligands having the more electron density. This type of ligands are combined with metals because of metals already lose the number of electrons, so it having the empty orbitals. So these ligands are combined to the metals. How combined, sir? Because this is formation of ligand. Ligand means donation of it contains lone pair of electrons, so it easily donate a pair of electrons. So ligands donate a pair of electrons to the metal. Then the formation of only one element is contribute the two electrons, that means donate a pair of electrons, then the formation of a bond. That bond is called as a day2 bond or coordinate covalent bond. So ligands formed with metal, formation of a coordinate covalent bonds. So total all bonds are the coordinate covalent bonds are formed. So this type of compounds are called as a complexes. These compounds or complexes contains all are the coordinate covalent bonds. So these complexes are called as a coordinate covalent complexes or coordinate covalent bonds. For example, cobalt. Cobalt is combined with 6 amine atoms or ammonia molecules in this complex. So because of this is the metal atom, metal ion, central metal ion, this is the acts as a ligand because of nitrogen contain one lone pair of electron. So this is the one type of complex. Then FeCN6 minus cyanide. Cyanide it is also having the lone pairs, and then it also contains negative charged species. So it is acts as a ligand. It donate a pair of electrons to the ferrous to formation of a coordinate covalent compounds. So these transition elements are easily formed with ligands coordinate covalent compounds because of it's having the small atomic radius, and it exhibits the variable oxidation states, and it contains the vacant d orbitals. At the same time it contains the, that means metals contains the high nuclear charge or nuclear force of attraction is very high. Okay. Next property is formation of colored salts or formation of the colored compounds in aqueous solutions because of these transition elements are easily formation of the colored salts due to it's having the small atomic radius first of all, then it's having the empty orbitals and then empty d orbitals, and then it's having the unpaired electrons, okay, and it exhibits variable oxidation states. So these are easily formation of color. Sir, empty orbitals is there or vacant d orbitals is there, number of unpaired electrons is there, okay, but how to color is exhibits. That means first of all clearly listen. First, d orbital. This d orbital is degenerated into, that means split up into 5 d orbitals. These orbitals are the dxy, dyz, dzx, and then remaining two dx square minus y square, dz square. Totally 5 orbitals. One d orbital is split up into 5 d orbitals. These orbitals split up into d orbitals are called as these orbitals are called as degenerated orbitals. That means one d orbital is generated into 5 degenerated orbitals. These orbitals, 5 d orbitals having the same energy. That so this phenomena, that means one orbital is split up into 5 degenerated orbitals, the split up is called as a degeneracy. What is the mean? Degeneracy. Okay. Then this metal, that means d orbital contains some metals, is metals are approach the ligands. What is the meaning of ligand? Previously property of complex formation we are discussing about the ligand. What is the meaning of ligand? Ligand means it contains lone pair of electrons or negative charged species. These ligands are attacked into the metal, then the loss of degeneracy. What is the meaning of degeneracy? the splitting of the 5 orbitals which are having the same energy. That concept is called, that phenomenon is called as a degeneracy. When ligands are attacked into central metal atom, then the degeneracy will be loose. Then that means 5 d orbitals. When ligand is attacked into the metal, then these 5 d orbitals will split up into, in octahedral systems, 2 spin states. They are the, one is T2G, another one is the EG. T2G means it is a triplet, 3 orbitals contain. EG means the doublet, it contains the 2 orbitals. This d orbital, total all are the d orbitals, but these 2 spin states, that means these 3 orbitals having the one type of energy, that means having the lower energy, and these 2 orbitals having the higher energy. These 3 orbitals are the dxy, yz, zx. These 3 are the in between the axis orbitals, and then these 2 orbitals are the dx square minus y square and dz square. These 2 orbitals are the on the axis of the orbitals. So total 5 orbitals. When ligand is attacked into the metal, then the loss of the degeneracy, that means all same energy of the all orbitals are split up into 2 spin states. Each spin state having the some orbitals. One spin state is called as a T2G, another spin state is called as a EG. That means triplet, another one is the doublet. In this triplet, dxy, dyz, dzx, and then in excited state, that means doublet having the dx square minus y square and dz square orbitals is there. Then in these orbitals contains unpaired electrons. These electrons are absorb the energy from visible region. From visible region, the light radiation will be absorbed from visible region to the lone pair of or unpaired electrons. These unpaired electrons absorb the some amount of energy, then these are excited from T2G level to the EG level. Then any electron in excited state is not a stable. Any electron at stable at ground state. So this electron is returned into ground state. That means from EG level to the T2G level de-excited. When the absorbed energy, the amount of energy is absorbed, then it is excited. Then the amount of absorbed energy will be emitted. Then it is returned de-excited into ground state. The emitted energy also present in visible region. So the amount of energy in visible region, we saw the colors, different type of colors. The colors are the, first of all, the absorbed energy is one type of color, but emitted energy is the that opposite color. These 2 colors are called as a complementary colors. Okay, so the amount of absorbed energy and emission energy, these 2 energies are the exhibits complementary colors. That means complementary means opposite. That means in violet color, absorption of the violet color emit the yellow green, absorption of the blue color emit the yellow, otherwise absorption of the green blue emit the orange, and then blue green absorption of energy then emitted red color. Then green color is observed, then purple color is emitted. These are all are the opposite. These colors are called as a complementary colors. These colors are called as a complementary colors. For example, this formation, compounds exhibits Mn+2 manganese in +2 state. It is combined with any one ligand to exhibits pink color. At the same time, one electron loose, then combined with ligands, that means +3 oxidation state, it exhibits violet color. And then Fe+2 ferrous. Ferrous in +2 state with combined with ligands, formation of a green color. And then loss of one electron, then exhibits different color. That color is brown or dark yellow. Okay. In IP examination, one question in colors, one question is asking every time. That question is, CuSO4, that means copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is hydrated, that means copper sulfate is combined with 5 water molecules, CuSO4.5H2O. In this copper sulfate is called as a hydrated copper sulfate. It is exhibits blue color, but CuSO4 does not hydrated, it is the hydrated. Hydrated CuSO4 does not exhibit color. Why? Because of in this CuSO4 is Cu is exhibits +2 oxidation state. Cu is combined with water molecules. These water molecules, oxygen having the lone pair of electrons, so it acts as a ligand. These ligands are attacking into the copper. Then transitions are possible in DD transition is possible. DD transition, what is the meaning of DD transition, sir? DD transition means in 5d orbitals are split up into 2 spin states. One spin state having the T2G, another spin state is the EG. In one d orbital, total all are the d orbitals. From electron transfer from excited from one d orbital to the another d orbital. So this type of transition is called as a DD transition. So DD transition possible in CuSO4.5H2O, that means hydrated copper sulfate having the ligands. So DD transition is possible, so it exhibits blue color. But anhydrated copper sulfate, taken into anhydrated copper sulfate, the absence of the ligand. So ligand does not attack into the copper, then does not loss of the degeneracy, does not the transition of the DD transition, so does not exhibits the color in anhydrated copper sulfate. Okay, so hydrated copper sulfates are exhibits blue color due to the DD transition, or anhydrated copper sulfate does not exhibits the blue color due to the absence of the DD transition. Next property is alloy formation. These elements, transition elements, are easily formation of the alloys. Sir, what is the meaning of alloy? Alloy means metals is combined with metals or non-metals or metalloids to formation of a homogeneous mixture. Sir, what is the meaning of homogeneous mixture? For example, taken into a ornament, gold ornament. In gold ornament, 2 types of metals are mixed. One is the aram, that means gold, another one is the copper. But both are completely mixed. We are not identify the copper and gold individually. The type of complete same type of solution, that means solid solution, is called as a homogeneous mixture. So alloy means 2 or more than 2 metals are mixed or combined to formation of a homogeneous mixture. That mixture is called alloy. These metals are easily forms, that means transition metals are easily forms alloys. For example, D block elements, copper. Copper is combined with zinc to formation of a brass, and copper is combined with tin to formation of a bronze, and copper is combined with zinc and nickel to formation of a German silver. These all are the alloys. These all are the alloys. In these alloys, they are very strong metals, and these are using into a different ornaments, different utensils, different parts of the missions. For example, brass. It is used in mechanical parts or mission parts of any vehicles. At the same time, bronze, it is called as also called as a bell metal. It is used into preparation of the manufacturing of the bells. At the same time, German silver, it is used in preparation of the spoons, eating utensils of the spoons or bowls or forks, etc. So these elements are easily formation of alloys. Okay. Next property is interstitial compounds. Sir, what is the meaning of interstitial compound? Interstitial compounds means the type of compounds in which small molecular weight of the elements like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, boron. This type of small molecular weight of the small atoms or elements are occupy the interstitial spaces. Interstitial spaces of the metal lattice. That type of compounds are called as a interstitial compounds. Sir, what is that, sir? I can't understood, sir. Sir, explain. So first of all, anyone taken into metal lattice. In this metal lattice, number of metals are arranged in a order. That metals are first metal, and then second metal, third metal, fourth metal, like that, and then another metals. I mean same type of metals but arranged. These metals are arranged into, in between the two metals, small gap is there. This gap is called as a void. This gap is called as a void or space in between two metals. So these are in a crystal lattice, the space is available. The spaces are called as a interstitial. Species means a hole. Interstitial spaces. These holes are called as a inter. That means in between the two metal atoms. Yellow. That means in between the two metal atoms, formation of a space is called as a interstitial spaces. In these interstitial spaces, small amount like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen or boron, any one element occupy these spaces, and the formation of a compound. That compounds are called as a interstitial compounds. For example, iron. Pure iron is the stable and strong. Comparatively iron, FeC, that means steel. That means steel or cast iron. Anyone? Steel or cast iron. Both are the more strong comparatively pure iron, because this iron is combined with carbon to formation of a strongness. I mean increase the strongness of the metal. So these are the interstitial compounds, steel and cast iron. Steel, it is used in house constructions, and cast iron, it is used in the utensils, at the same time railway sleepers also. So they are the more strong metals. These more strong metals are the interstitial compounds, not a pure metals. Okay, and then these interstitial compounds are the also called as a non-stoichiometric compounds. What is the meaning of non-stoichiometric? Stoichiometric means carbon, it is forms 4 bonds, hydrogen only forms 1 bond, nitrogen 3 bonds. But in these compounds, these elements occupy these spaces but does not follows the rules. That means formation of only 4 bonds. But in this carbon, formation of more than 4 bonds or less than 4 bonds. So does not follows the stoichiometric rules or valency of rules. So this type of compounds are called as a non-stoichiometric compounds, and these compounds are the very hard, and the same time these compounds are acts as a good conductors electrically, at the same time thermally also, because of free electrons is very more in these compounds. Okay, and then these compounds are very hard. Okay, then next property we'll discuss tomorrow class. Okay.